I'ma pop a Holly. I don't even rob a cop the Harley. Blowing so much green, I shame Marley. Yeah, I push the line to its full limit. Hit the hole like 22, boy, I'm a young Emmett. Nothing go like snow, now that's a cold image. Still whistling, sending, knocking them white women. Only reason I do it to avenge image. To the day they go before they box me out. Knowing me, it don't matter, I simply take my route. On my hobby.
Where's. Welcome to the Damu Kiwe Conversations, home of the West Coast, the voice of the culture. It's Deuce Sims, the Don. I'm right back at it just like a crack addict. Hey, bang that like button. Eddieboy the Snake. We got the content. Hashtag free Big U, Ren 10, salute 1125. Free Big U until it's backwards. Free brick, not the trick, until it's backwards, right? Binky Mac, Nino Black, salute Binky Mac. Salute Deuce, salute to the Damu Kiwe Conversation, homies, ETE, ETD. Oh, it's a whole lot of ETE today. It's a whole lot of ETD today. Expose the Exposers. The Exposers damn bad. Bang that like button on y'all way in. Bang that like button. Carolina Connect TV, John Bankhead, salute, man. Yay area Detroiter, what up? Nino Black, what up, man? Let the good people get up in here. Fam West TV, what that do? We got the content today. I hope y'all enjoy it. Oh, shoot, I forgot to get the thing. That's okay. We're going to get this together. This thing going to come together like butt cheek. Big Red 66. He been working with the feds for over 30 years. Bang that like button. Charlie X, salute to the family. Free Big U, salute. The debriefers. Listen, this is nasty work, bro. The debriefer, but the Exposers didn't catch this. Yeah, they don't check paperwork, bro. They know who the rats is, and then they exploit them. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's going on with that. You know what I'm saying? But we do got the content. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and grab that paperwork. We had it for a couple days, right? But we had it for a couple days, right? But we had it for a couple days, but you know, we like to get verification. We not horny for bad. You know, we had to get bang that like button. Southern Forest, salute, bro. We like to get verification and double. OG was dropping cold game. We Mo Hill, salute. Lou for the Lou was good. Damu Kiwe family, y'all hit that like button on y'all way in. Y'all know we like the Bay Area. Yay, area up in here. Why y'all looking all tired? Southern Force, they working you like a Hebrew slave over there, huh?
Yeah, man, we got people house. You know how we do it.
Y'all see that work?
It's on the ground.
Y'all see that work? You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't see the work. So this the paperwork we had. I wouldn't let nobody from the team release it because we hold ourselves to the highest regard. This how we got CS2 back. Who remember how we got CS2 back with a prison 115? But this one, it seems a little bit deep. This one seems a little bit different because you got the federal FBI in this thing. They up in the prison. They got the dirty police brawl, handed it off in the envelope. Salute to her. You know what I'm saying? They working undeniably, rock steady, HOG. Listen, bro, how am I going to read this? Because every time I go over here to read it, it mutes up my microphone, bro. So let me see. Maybe I could get it up high enough like that. Let me see. Can y'all read that? Yeah, that's still too hard. I'm going to read it from my hand, but I'm going to leave that up there. You know what I'm saying? Tony Brown, salute, salute, salute. Hey, Southern Force, free the real, man, free the real. You know what I'm saying? So let me get to reading this real quick. We'll start this up. Well, we'll let matter of fact, we'll let what's his name start off first, right? We'll let the boy Byron Blake. Byron Blake seen enough of this. He said that this work is coming out. He didn't need to double check nothing else. Listen, Byron Blake. So I believe that it was true too, but I couldn't prove it. And one thing we do over here is we double and triple check, especially when it's such serious allegations. But I think you've seen enough to believe and that corroborated what you thought you had seen before. So Whack 100 for hold on, where the hell is the content? Hold on, which one is that? Is it proof that Nipsey Hussle, OG homeboy, Cowboy, wasn't lying about 600 and Eddieboy working with the Fed? Let's get to it.
That has really played a part in the government's ability to prosecute Big U in the way that they have is public perception. Public perception, believe it or not, is a huge factor in a lot of cases, which is why they said that Big U attempted to poison the jury pool by saying that Whack and 600 were, playing internet games, and that's what led to his arrest. We've since found out that that is exactly what's going on. But again, public perception is everything, which is why you often hear people saying, they trying to convict him in the court of public opinion. A good example of this is how the government continues to use Nipsey Hussle's reputation and the amount of love and respect that people had for him to draw a wedge between supporters of Nip and supporters of Big U. They make mention of him saying, I'm bigger than Nipsey and all of this stuff that people would feel like is disrespectful to Nip outside of a certain lifestyle and culture. Amongst men, competition is a real thing. You never gonna hear somebody really say another person is better than them at something or bigger than them at something. Not a proud person, So they might give it up from time to time and say he a better hooper than me or something like that. But when it comes to reputations and stuff like that, man, egos run rampant. So I don't really see any issue with him saying he bigger than Nip. That's his perception. That's his take on it. He entitled to feel that way because it's him and his life. But the fact that the government puts this in the paperwork as if it's a crime lets me know that it's all about, the court of public opinion with them. They don't want anybody to support Big U. If
that's a
particular celebrity were to step up and support Big U right now, financially or in any kind of way, it's almost as if you're going against Nipsey by doing so, because of the narrative that they paint. Anyway, that leads me to the point of this video. The government often paints narratives when they are trying to achieve a certain goal. Now, today we're going to be talking about Big U allegedly snitching on Eddieboy. 600 has been the lead man on this campaign. He was the one who brought this to the internet, and we've since seen Eddieboy come out and vouch for this story. We've seen Whack 100 deal with Eddieboy, and he's a frequent. He frequents a lot of Big U's court hearings, things of that nature, right? Today we're gonna take a look at some clips. We're gonna take a look at this narrative that 600 and Whack 100 and Eddieboy have been painting about Big U snitching on him. And we're going to look at some documents that we got and see if we can get to the bottom of it. Without wasting any more time.
It's all the way down here.
The police officer at the scene told me to never sue the driver who crashed into me after my car accident.
Bang that like button. Let's share, tell a friend. We up in here. We got the
Deputy Hartman testified, okay, on direct examination that strongly after he arrested Austin, which is David Austin, aka Big U, before he gave him Miranda warnings, before we gave him any type of warnings, Austin made a spontaneous statement. Quote, I should have never gone to work for Eddie. You know what I'm saying? Like, on cross-examination, counsel for Austin asked Deputy Hartman whether, when Austin made this remark, he asked Austin if he would care to make a full, complete statement or acknowledge in writing the statement regarding going for work for the defendant Wagner. You know what I'm saying? Question. Now, later on, did you give Austin an opportunity to make a full statement? Yes, sir, I did. Question. How did you do that? Answer. With the Miranda card. Okay. Question. You advised him of Miranda? Answer. Yes, I did. And did he offer to give you a full statement? You have given him an opportunity? He declined. Okay.
Now, what you're listening to right here is 600 attempting to explain how he believes Big U is a snitch. He's saying that Big U was arrested while with Eddie Wagner, and that the police said that Big U made a statement saying that like never going to work for Eddie.
People in here, now, what up? Money.
He also says that
Steffi Weffy,
this is the police saying this. They asked Big U, did he want to make a statement? He said no. They advised him of his Miranda, and he declined to speak without an attorney. So what you hearing, even though he's saying this is Big U's statement, this is only the police saying that Big U made this statement. And they could be saying anything. You got to keep in mind that at this time, the police are trying to prove that Big U and Eddieboy conspired on this. So, of course, they want to come in and say Big U admitted he was working for Eddie or something like that, so they can put those two guys together.
The statement was made. He already made the statements. Now, whether he decided to come back and make a full statement in court, he already made the statements. So it's like, you know, I'm Eddie. Okay, I'm Eddieboy. Okay, Eddie Wagner. I'm with Big U, aka David Austin. We get caught. The police got us hemmed up. Before the motherfuckers can even say, what you say can't do harm to harm again, maybe hell against your court, this motherfucker against your court, this motherfucker yell out, man, I should have never gone to work for Eddie. Me as in Eddie, like, bro, motherfucker, you ain't come work for me, nigga. Like, don't put me in. Matter of fact, nigga, I don't even know you. Nigga, don't put me in nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you already made these statements. So, you know what I'm saying? So
now right here, he is trying to spin this narrative as if Big U was caught and incriminated Wagner, who was not involved or on the scene or caught, quote unquote. But if you read the paperwork, it says that Wagner walked to the car with Romero, who was the undercover. Defendant Austin then approached pointing a gun and said, don't move or I'll kill you. He put the gun against Romero's back. At this point, Wagner told Romero to give him the keys, and he popped the trunk open right there on the spot. So Wagner could say, I didn't have nothing to do with this, I wasn't involved, or whatever he want to say, but the police are also right there, and they saw you say, give me the keys when he upped the gun, bro. So like, according to the police's statement, you were involved. It's not like Big U involved you, but let's get even more into this, because something I want y'all to notice is that Wagner doesn't say that he heard this statement. At no point does he come out and say, yeah, I was right there, I heard him when he said it. So he trying to make it seem like Big U blurted this out and dude heard it, and hell no, that's not what happened at all. But of course, this is all about spinning and painting the narrative. So he gonna give y'all the details that he want to give y'all. But the truth is, as soon as Big U upped, dude reached for the keys, the people knew that they was in on it together, man. It's that simple. Whether he made a statement saying I work for Eddie or not, which I don't believe that that was made because there's no record of it. Eddieboy didn't say he heard it. How would Big U blurt this out right here on the scene and Eddieboy not hear it? The only witness to this is the police saying that he said this. And at the same time, they trying to prove that these two guys are connected and bring this, you know, bring in more evidence to support that, aside from them actually catching them together, because they actually fought the case. So if he had actually said that, I'm pretty sure it would be more evidence to support it. I'm
yeah, he don't understand it.
Said he heard it himself. But let's keep going.
You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, this is in Austin's appeal. This is not in someone else's stuff and putting information trying to make their side look better. This is what he submitted on his behalf. You get what I'm saying?
That was inaccurate.
You know
Big U did not submit anything saying, yeah, I worked for Eddieboy. He didn't submit any of that on appeal. That what you were reading is actually the state's version of events, which is why they brought in what the officer was saying.
Right, who gonna blurt that out?
Big U was actually challenging.
Let's hit that like button, get the people in here.
Not to mention, right? They trying to push the narrative that Big U was cooperating against Eddieboy, told on him or whatever. And if you look at the paperwork, it shows you that the appeals were done together. They would not do the appeals together if there was a conflict of interest. And if one person was cooperating against the other, then there would be a conflict of interest. There would be no way for them to appeal both of these, you know, to review both of these appeals at the same time, because there would obviously be different aspects and scenarios in the case.
Damu Kiwe Conversations. Hit that like button, bro. Let's go.
You ain't come work for me, nigga.
We got a nice show for y'all.
Matter of fact, nigga, I don't even know you. Nigga, don't put me in nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you already made these statements. So, you know what I'm saying? So now they're going to get the conspiracy going to where he's going to work for him.
He's trying to get his brother home by all means.
This is the most extreme cap. If you look at the paperwork, it'll show you Wagner's conviction of conspiracy to purchase or possess cocaine cannot be upheld on the theory he conspired with his co-defendant, Austin, because the jury acquitted Austin on this charge. That contradicts everything that they are arguing, because if Big U made a statement saying that he worked for Eddie and was telling on Eddie, then how would he get acquitted on a conspiring charge? Obviously, you conspiring with him if you working for him and you telling on him. He would have got a plea deal and wouldn't have went to trial to get acquitted. Eventually, though, they say in the documents that the conspiracy is based on his dealing with an unknown person. And then the state comes to argue that because he had $200,000 in cash and was purchasing 15 kilos, that supports an inference that a person or person unknown must have been involved. The theory is Wagner could not have come up with $200,000 on his own, nor could he single-handedly distribute such a large quantity of drugs. So his conspiracy charge was based solely on the theory that somebody else answers the phone for him when they called. He got too much money to have acquired this kind of money on his own, and he can't move this much drugs on his own. So it got to be somebody else involved. That got nothing to do with Big U, bro. And the crazy thing is, this is literally in the same paperwork that he trying to tell us shows that Big U is a snitch. Now, at some point, I started feeling like, well, maybe he just trying to throw this Eddieboy dude name. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he just trying to, you know, start up something or incite something. Eddieboy can't possibly be with the exposing of somebody, you know, who he was close to like this without some real proper proof and documentation. Then I saw this.
Hey, I'm not 600, man.
Right.
I'm not gonna spare you, bro.
T. Parker.
I get that declaration. I'll go back and when I read it, I'm gonna let the world know who's who and what's
No,
what.
137 ain't never got to take the stand.
You see, there's a difference between.
They'll drop the case before the 137 takes the stand. Look,
you can get somebody.
Listen how he talk, fake Muslim.
I love this, man. I swear to God, I ain't even gonna lie. I'm not gonna front, bro. I love this, and I'm gonna tell you why I love this. It's because these dudes talk so much shit about me, about 600, about Rose, about Whack. They ran narratives, lied on my little bro, and all this fucking shit.
Once I hear that,
all this fucking shit. Well, Big U don't even talk. TD don't talk. Yael got a promotion. He don't even pull up that often. Once every blue moon. So when he said these niggas talk, he talking about the Damu Kiwe Conversation. See, it's the chat. Because the chat's where it's at. That be in them comments. That be calling them on they bullshit. And it gets to them mentally, bro. These niggas is pussies. They mentally weak, bro. As soon as them feds got them niggas in the rooms, these niggas was mentally weak. So how do y'all don't understand the power y'all got when y'all hit this like button, hit the like button. When y'all go over there and y'all tell them, Crackhead Eddie, why you keep telling us that you talked to the Fed? You sat down with them. What did you say? Crackhead Eddie. Why was you? What happened with Tone from 111 case? Crackhead Eddie. Why did you tell on Keita Rock in that 1985 case? These the questions that drive him crazy. Because these weirdos come on the internet and they try to be somebody that they not. They brand new. They say the internet is like the army. You come here to be all you can be. And they hate when you bring them back to reality. How much they're pieces of shit. How his brother allegedly likes transmissions. Let's go.
And I'm like, yeah, he most definitely with it. So, you know, we got to do our homework and find out who is who and what's what, because we know that 600 is the law. Y'all seen me drop the paperwork showing that his paperwork was sealed. So we pretty much know what's going on there. We see what's happening with Whack now as it's unfolding, and we watching him have this breakdown. He has been mentioned in Big U's paperwork, and he has since gone to his Instagram and confirmed that that paperwork is real and that he really did have that phone call with the feds and all of that. So the only thing left was Eddieboy. Like, what's his tie to this? And if he is a real outstanding member, you know, why would he be associated and associating with guys like Whack
Deputy Eddie
and 600?
Brady boy.
I did a little homework and ran across this clip of Cowboy, who everybody says nobody should listen to. He a hype, all this other shit, giving us some real game. Check this out.
Top of the morning. Hey, all my little homies out there, man, I want y'all to analyze y'all big homies. You know, get at your big homies, analyze your big homies, and see who raised you. Because a couple of these big homies that raised me, a couple big homies that I used to look up to, you know, kind of find out later in the game, all these is faulty. You know what I mean? So what type of big homie do you want to be? You know what I mean? You're going to be one of them big homies that's going to continue to push the negativity, or you going to be a big homie that's going to teach the youngsters how not to go to prison? All right, what type of big homie are you? So I look at big homies like Buster ass Eddieboy and you ain't did nothing for the hood but send homies to prison. You ain't did nothing. Now out here doing positive change. We done changed the community. Had jobs in the community, had it popping, and now they're still scrutinizing, looking up something negative. How you gonna find something negative in a whole positive environment? So let me tell you how the feds work, so I can let you know how we know for a fact Whack 100, Eddieboy 600 is definitely working with them boys. So y'all go back and replay the tape before Big U got locked up. 24 hours before they raided, cuz Eddie and Whack all posted that cut was getting raided. They didn't raid this shit till the next day. So how did y'all have that information about cuz shit getting raided and y'all posted that before the raid even happened?
Y'all ever heard of an HEA?
Hey, Cowboy, it look like you been messing with that booger sugar. Let me know if that's really some white stuff on Cowboy nose.
Contrary to popular belief, man, I'm not just a blogger, YouTuber, you know.
Salute to Cowboy.
I consider myself
Cowboy.
an entertainer.
He told,
I do rap music,
at least he admitted he told, and he
documentaries,
went over there
movies,
and
all of
stood
that.
up.
But it's all about, you know, who you know, and I just so happen to know a few people. So I did a little homework to see if I could find any substance to what we just heard Cowboy saying. Like I said, we seen the Whack paperwork, we seen 600, but I never saw this before. And this right here, this is allegedly.
Let's get them lights up.
Eddieboy, inmate Wagner, on March 13th, 1995, which was around the same time he went to jail with Big U. This office received information from Mark Winchester, an FBI agent, that inmate Wagner, who was being interviewed by the FBI for his knowledge and involvement in a robbery drug trafficking offense, had informed him he wanted to talk concerning a free staff bringing drugs into the institution.
We'll be breaking down the paperwork. It's
on
2
March
pages.
16th,
He only showed
at approximately 13:35, a tape-recorded interview with inmate Wagner was conducted by Lieutenant Metters concerning the actions of a Darlene Hayward.
Now, Darlene Hayward is supposed to be the
also present
correctional officer lady or the free
FBI
cook.
agents M. Winchester, D.
Real,
Kinnair,
what up?
C. Bruce, and correctional officer R. Burnham. Inmate Wagner stated when Miss Hayward passed out supplies approximately 2 weeks prior to this interview, Miss Hayward and her clerk, inmate Banks, came in housing unit 1 on facility C. Inmate Wagner stated her clerk, inmate Banks, she passed her clerk, inmate Banks, a manila envelope which contained approximately 12 ounces of marijuana, and inmate Banks,
she got a pound of marijuana in a big manila envelope. That thing must have been huge. That's scrutinized. You got to scrutinize facts like that on whether or not this is real. I believe it. But you still got to be a little shaky, like, damn, a whole pound? He handled it. But crackhead Eddie, if this is true, and I'm believing it's true, Eddie Wagner is an old, miserable, hating ass nigga. Even in jail, this young dude, he about 5-6 years younger than crackhead Eddie. It appears he did not a CO bitch or a free staff bitch. You know what I'm saying? She bringing it in. Nigga got the sack. Nigga, you know how much everything in there, you know how much
triple the price.
Man, what? Almost 10 tuple. You know how much for 50 sack? What you gonna get? You gonna get probably 4 pinhead joints out of a 50 sack of kush, and you rolling it in Bible paper. You know what I'm saying? We done smoked psalms and sung every song in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So when I tell y'all this nigga was hating, because, bro, why would you tell them that another handoff finna come up? You sit around watching another nigga's pocket. That's what they do to Big U. They watch him. They talk about the green program, what he was doing. What is you doing for your community? Who put you in a position of moral authority? You piece of shit. And this nigga gave it up. So listen, we're gonna back that up. Listen to what Eddie Wagner tell the freestyle. For all y'all know, old girl might have been bending over in the kitchen. Old boy might be a lifer. The other niggas that they say snitching here is still in jail. Let's get back to it. Listen to this shit.
We just heard Cowboy saying, like I said, we seen the whack paperwork, we seen 600, but I never saw this before. And this right here, this is allegedly Eddieboy, inmate Wagner, on March 13th, 1995, which was around the same time he went to jail with Big U. This office received information from Mark Winchester, an FBI agent, that inmate Wagner, who was being interviewed by the FBI for his knowledge and involvement in a robbery drug trafficking offense, had informed him he wanted to talk concerning a free staff bringing drugs into the institution. Whoa. On March 16th, at approximately 13:35, a tape-recorded interview with inmate Wagner was conducted by Lieutenant Matters concerning the actions of a Darlene Hayward. Also present during this interview was FBI agents M. Winchester, D. Cannell, C. Bruce, and Correctional Officer R. Burnham. Inmate Wagner stated when Miss Hayward passed out supplies approximately 2 weeks prior to this interview, Miss Hayward and her clerk, inmate Banks, came in housing unit 1 on facility C. Inmate Wagner stated her clerk, inmate Banks, she passed her clerk, inmate Banks, a manila envelope which contained approximately 12 ounces of marijuana, and inmate Banks took the envelope to inmate Pitt's cell. Also, according to this document, inmate Pitts was identified by an inmate Jackson as being an inmate possibly involved in drug trafficking with Miss Hayward during an interview conducted with PA J. Miles on March 9th, 1995. Inmate Wagner stated he knew an inmate Lawson from him being a MAC representative on facility C. However, he was unaware if inmate Lawson was dealing with Miss Hayward, nor was he aware of any type of relationship occurring between Miss Hayward and inmate Lawson or any other inmates. Inmate Wagner stated there was going to be another drug drop soon because inmate Pitts had approached him and asked if he knew anyone that wanted to send some money for some drugs and to send it to Torian, and they give us an address. Additionally, a telephone number of inmate Pitts was provided and is as follows. A check of this number revealed that on February 23rd, 1995, it was called on 2 occasions from extension 6341, Miss Hayward's office. Now, in this last paragraph, they say inmate Wagner stated he received information concerning his being interviewed by the FBI from his brother, who is also housed on the facility C yard. Inmate Wagner stated other inmates had approached him inquiring as to why he was being interviewed by the FBI. And his brother basically told him that they heard this information. His brother told him that they had also questioned him and that they had heard this information from another officer. So another female officer allegedly told the guys on the yard that Eddieboy was talking to the feds. They approached his brother about it. His brother approached him.
I saw someone holding this board, so I checked out the site and it changed everything for me. Simple lending helps people just like.
So what we're looking at now is a document that shows us that Eddieboy, this guy that 600 and Whack 100 been toting around, that's been showing up to all the Big U's court dates and that's been giving everybody all of this
legal rundown on Big U's situation, even telling us he got 50 people, 75 people telling on him all this stuff. This dude has been working for the FBI for over 30 years. I'm assuming that after he caught that case and they realized he had 200,000 and was trying to buy 15 bricks, you know, the feds want to talk to you after a situation like that. They got questions. They want to talk. And I'm assuming that they went to go talk to him, you know, was trying to figure something out. But long story short, he been talking to the FBI for 30 years, man. You know, Cowboy said it. This would explain 600 coming. I'm talking about 6U. This would explain 600 coming after Big U, the way he is coming and using Eddieboy, as we can see here with 600, Whack 100, Eddieboy, everybody who is coming after Big U, saying something about him. These people all have some bad paperwork, man. So I'm saying that to say, I get it. A lot of people don't like Big U, but y'all also have to consider the messenger when y'all, you know, listening to this stuff, because as we just broke down with the whole Eddieboy, Big U snitching on him thing, the stuff that Big U allegedly said was not even used during the trial. It wasn't even used during the case. Big U was found not guilty of conspiracy, which would be impossible if that evidence has substance to it. If he agreed and admitted he was working for Eddieboy, how would he be found not guilty of conspiracy? And why would the courts say that nothing Big U said or did can be used to support a conspiracy charge between those two? He was found not guilty. But yeah, I don't know about this one, man. We'll see how people react to it. There's some questions that definitely need to be answered. Whack 100, we need to know. 600, we need to know. Y'all saying y'all the exposers. How the hell did this slide under y'all radar? Or is this something that y'all knew about all along, but y'all wanted to use Eddieboy's status and reputation as an older guy from that area, the same area as Big U, to make it seem like he would know more about him. He would know Big U better. And so people should take his word on what he said about Big U cooperating. I don't know, man. But what I do know is this is, once again, another guy that's connected to some fed paperwork, some telling on people stuff.
Another exposer.
That's a part of this team with Whack 100 and 600 going after Big U. Leave me a comment. Let me know what y'all think, though. Eddieboy say he don't got no problem with exposing paperwork as public record. Well, shit, I'm just, you know, I'm just doing my due diligence, man. Leave me a comment. Let me know what y'all think, though. Hit that hype button before you get up out of here. Hit that like button before you get up out of here, man. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that YouTube stuff. I appreciate y'all tuning in. It's your boy, Byron Blake. I'm out.
Salute Byron Blake, man. Listen, man. He dropped it. He got balls of steel because I damn sure wasn't finna drop it till I could verify with the CO brawl. So they told me today that I could interview the CO brawl, but the only reason I would go interview the CO brawl was to verify and validate this paperwork. Now the paperwork drop, I don't need to verify it. Now Byron Blake can interview her, then I'll react to that.
Right.
But one thing we know, two things for certain, it appears every one of these exposers is bad. They foul. They got some kind of smut on their name. And it makes sense. That's what Whack 100 recruits. That's who he feels safe around. He feels comfortable around Tekashi 6ix9ine, Hassan Campbell, right?
Right.
He feel comfortable around Snowbilly, Charleston White. Why you don't feel comfortable around Deuce M? Why you not comfortable around Munchie B, who's blind? He's supposed to be a Paru, right? This is nasty work. But it's a whole lot of more shit going on. Whack 100 got work on him. He's foul. He's a rat. Rod Zay, well, Rico the Rat, Rod Zay just told me. Cindy, did you see that shit, Southern Force that Rod Zay put in my comments?
No, I didn't see that. Well, what do you put in your comments?
Keep it up, Enterprise Deuce.
Oh yeah, I did that. Okay, that was the one. He's still on that bullshit again, huh?
Yeah, shit, he just that's what they doing. He ain't playing. You got to remember, this the man who went and told story in the dark, 2 different stories about Big U getting people unalive, and he didn't just say, yeah, he got them unalive. He went into detail, step by step, like Alfred Hitchcock. You know what I'm saying? Detailing the murder crime. You know what I'm saying? Rico the Rat, Rod Gay.
Damn, sound like more of a canary rat weasel.
Another rat,
triple hybrid.
So we know what he doing. If you on here narrating, especially knowing the fans is on the internet, narrating murder cases, live snitching on niggas, you trying to put the police on niggas. That's why you said keep on Enterprise Deuce, as if Deuce got an enterprise. Yeah, my enterprise is ActiveChuckss Ent, Hip Hop Planets, Thug Torius G's Public, ActiveChuckss Charitable Org. That's my enterprise. But in any event, and it's a legitimate enterprise, in any event, we knew Luce Cannon was snitching. So Whack snitching, Rod Zay snitching, go to Luce Cannon. We knew Luce Cannon was snitching from the beginning. He was on the run. We didn't even know why he on the run for beating GG, setting up licks out in Riverside and the IE. The feds put him over twice, and he had a burner case. So why they didn't lock him up on the burner case? Because he told them what they wanted to hear. You know what I'm saying? Then he went on No Jumper. Whack brought him on No Jumper to implicate Big U in the crimes that Big U's charged with right now, to corroborate statements that Dale the Long-Tail Rat, Dale Morrison, Monster, had already told the feds Big U did. Rob his dispensary and extort him. Then Whack 100, this get nasty. It's just layer after layer after layer.
Yeah.
Then Whack, it gets worse. Whack 100, knowing that Dale Morrison already told him, yeah, I'm working. Yeah, I'm working with the FBI. Yeah, fuck Big U. I told him that Big U's extorting me. Oh, yeah? Yeah, I told him that he robbed my dispensary. Oh, yeah? And he tried to text me about a show I did with him. For real? Yeah. And he got my dispensary robbed. Wait, your dispensary got robbed? Yeah. Who did it? Allegedly, it was Luce Coochie Ashley, Luce Lips Cannon, and his crew. Oh, is that right? You know, Luce Cannon's an exposer. I think y'all should get on the phone and talk to nephew. You should get on my phone, and I'm going to record it, and you can talk to nephew, knowing dude phone already tapped, knowing dude already hot. He get Luce Cannon to cooperate and place himself at the robbery. So knowing with Luce Cannon bitch ass backed into a corner and he's already at the scene of the robbery, he can't say that that wasn't him at the robbery. So his only defense in that point would be, it wasn't me, it was Big U. Another rat. Then we know about the Crip cop. Oh, we finna get into the Crip cop. Let's go into some of these videos. The Crip cop. So we got Rod Zay, Eddieboy just got exposed. He's a rat. Rajay, he's a rat. Luce Ashley, he's a rat. Whack 100, he's a rat. The Crip cop, well, shit. Who didn't see both them sealed files that this nigga still ain't cleared up in over a year and a half? Well, we cleared one up for him, but he ain't made no effort to clear his name. And it's the same nigga that says he's a Crip on Hood, but he went in, he's trying to be a LAPD officer and failed. Special Agent Lovejoy 006. That's a fact. Let's get it. TV salute, bro. Let's go straight to the Crip cop. Christopher Love, boy. Nisi Pie, salute. Damu Kiwe Conversation. Dissecting the agent-like activity of the Crip cop. 600. Let's go.
We exposed the exposers. It looks like we really got the Rainbow Rat Pack upset with us. CS2 back just
the Rainbow Rat Pack down bad right now.
Slapped us with 3 copyright strikes on the main YouTube channel. It seems he's not too pleased about us exposing him and outsmarting him to the tune of $2,000. It's clear we've been hurting these guys. If we can make a man wake up on Father's Day and think about our YouTube channels before he thinks about his family, then that means we're doing one hell of a job. But we didn't come here to speak about Porky today. Today, we came to talk about his protege, Mr. Fat and Flabby himself, Lieutenant Officer Loves Boys.
The hip-hop Crip cop.
Yes, today we're going to do a full recap on the hip-hop Crip cop. I know it might seem old and repetitive, but if we don't consistently remind the people, you guys might forget what's going on. Now, before we look at all of the police activity that seems to follow Mr. Love handles wherever he goes, I want to get a few things clear. As entertaining as all this shit is, I strongly advise you guys not to ignore the seriousness of what's happening in front of you. Men like Big U, Big Cat, Melly Mel, Cartoon, Cappuccino, Baby Gangster, just to name a few, are all elders of ours, old enough to be a lot of our fathers. Men with multiple children and grandchildren. It's our jobs to protect them. Now, Melly Mel is a 65-year-old great-grandfather that carries himself as such on social media. To be honest, I don't even think I've ever heard Melly Mel say a cuss word. Listen to how comfortable the Rainbow Rat Ringleader and federal informant CS2 back is disrespecting somebody's great-grandfather.
What you mean? You a Crip, nigga. Ask about a Paru, nigga, that don't even know you, and you running content. I could have did something to you, bro.
Take 5 minutes to reset your spine, restore your energy, and feel.
I could have did something to you, bro, and you wasn't ready, nigga. You wasn't ready, nigga. Oh, Paru, you wasn't ready. You was nice as a, you would have said anything out of line, I'd have knocked your ass out.
I ain't hard to find. I'm 65 years old, bro. 65 years old. And now you want to try to come get stripes off an old man like me? I'm a great grandfather, bro.
Then we got lying-ass Lucy Coochie the Goofy. This clown claims to be 6 years younger than Little Bow Wow and a year younger than Soulja Boy, but some kind of way he managed to bring all the Crips to Suge Knight and Death Row Records back in 1991. This is why Scandalous calls him the Lion King. So back in May, the Lion King thought it would be a good idea to call Big Cartoon and secretly record their phone conversation. Cartoon is also in his 60s and is also a grandfather, another man who we've never heard utter a cuss word on his platform. On that phone call, Lucifer took that opportunity to disrespect Cartoon in the worst way.
I'm gonna speak on anything I said about 600. That's what I'm gonna speak on. Anything else, cause I'm not gonna speak on it. Yeah, okay, well, just make sure Cartoon. From this point, you don't speak on 600 because that's not your business. Okay, if 600 stay out my set, I won't never speak on it. All right, you know what I'm saying? Once 600, once 600 comes to our hood, then it becomes my business. Like I said, I spoke to 600. He called me. I didn't call him. He called me. So tell him, don't, if that's the case, if that's the feelings and emotions you have on it, tell us, don't get on the phone and tell me don't talk about 600, because I'm going to talk about whoever I want to talk about. But I didn't call him. Trent, nigga. Neighborhood crip, nigga. Fuck Trent, nigga. You want to go there, nigga? Crip Street, nigga. Who the fuck you think you talking to, nigga?
There you go.
Buster ass nigga. You way in Alabama, nigga.
There you go.
It's 10 of y'all niggas that's still out in the park, nigga.
Let's not forget about Big Cat. Big Cat is a 65-year-old father and grandfather. One morning, while walking into a donut shop in his neighborhood, Cat was confronted by a scared, nervous, fat, flabby, and fidgety Officer Lovejoy clutching his registered weapon.
So somebody hit the Mega Millions. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
Coming in the donut shop.
Oh, what's happening, nigga?
Yo.
6 sold, nigga. What? What's happening?
What is you talking about?
Play on me, nigga.
So when did shit like this start being acceptable? I've never seen anything more cowardly in all my life. Since when did 40-year-old men start pulling guns on unarmed 65-year-olds? Since when did 40-year-old men threaten to knock out someone's great-grandfather? If you're in your 40s watching this, seeing these guys make the disrespect of elders a common thing, you should be pissed the fuck off. If you're in your 40s and this doesn't piss you off, then don't complain when you hit your 60s and the same shit is happening to you. If we allow these rats to advertise, commercialize, monetize, and normalize the disrespect of our elders like this, then we're headed down an even darker road than we've already traveled. Ask yourself this: when was the last time you saw a Samoan go on camera pulling a weapon out on an unarmed 65-year-old Samoan man going into a donut shop? When was the last time you saw a Tongan go on social media and threaten to break somebody's 65-year-old Tongan great-grandfather's jaw? What about a Korean, Somalian, Persian, or Arab? Can you guys show me one example on social media of such disrespect towards elders from any one of the people groups I just stated? I'm sure there are cases when it has happened, but good luck trying to find them broadcasting it online. At this point, I think we can all see the agenda of CS Tubac and his Rainbow Rat Pack Corntail Crip Gang. So now let's dive into the guy that the police follow in real life and on social media. The 350-pound lump of live lard, Lieutenant Officer Lovejoy. Lovejoy went out of his own mouth and said that he and Big U used to have a father-son relationship.
So he thought it was bullshit going on with me. So he like, nigga, come on. Man, I'm not about to fight you, nigga. For what? What you talking about? Nigga, what do? I said, bro, listen, cuz this is what it is, my nigga. What do? It wasn't none of that. Like I told you, it was little brother, big brother, father-son type shit relationship at that time.
So Lovejoy just said that he and Big U had a father-son type of relationship. Is it just me, or isn't there some level of respect that you give to someone who was like a father to you? Well, listen to the respect that Lovejoy shows to Big U, a 57-year-old man who Lovejoy said was like a father to him.
What's up, y'all? I just thought about something. I'm getting a nice dinner with some Wagyu. Listen, I thought about giving out free promo. So everybody who can read, I want you to read the Big U paperwork, send me the video, and say Big U's a snitch. You say that, you send me the video, tag me, I'm gonna repost it at you, and you can promote whatever you want. I'm posting on my real page. I'm not gonna do the story, all that stuff. I'm gonna post you saying Big U's a snitch on my main page.
This is how Lovejoy repays someone who played a father-type role in his life. He repays him by inviting the entire world to call him a snitch. Furthermore, Lovejoy thinks that somebody really cares about getting free promotion on a YouTube channel that's controlled by the federal informant CS Tubac. We've all heard Buster Douglas say Big U is a rat over 2,000 times. We've also heard him say he doesn't mess with rats or rat lovers. So if lard ass doesn't mess with rats, and he truly believes that Big U is a rat, then why would he send a message to Big U saying this right here?
And I'm gonna be real with you. And I don't know if I said this on record yet. 6 months ago, in the midst of all this, Draws was going to one of my homies spot in the hood, my big homie. He said, "Hey, where you at?" I said, "I'm right around the corner. What's up?" He said, "Hey, Draws about to come up here, bro. You on deck?" I said, "I'm right around the corner. What's up? What we doing?" He said, "I'm gonna call you when you get up here." I said, "Bro, before I hang out," I said, "Bro, let cuz know we more powerful together than anything. We more powerful together than anything. We more powerful together than anything." Yeah, exactly. So we can squash it right now. It ain't got to go no further. So he didn't want to squash it.
For those of you who don't see my point, I'll explain again. The Crip cop said he doesn't mess with rats and he doesn't harbor rats. If he truly believed that Big U was a rat, then why is he admitting to all of us that he sent a message to Big U telling him that they were stronger together than anything? So if Big U is a rat, then why is Lovejoy reaching out to him trying to join forces with him? This shows you that Officer Lovejoy knows that Big U isn't a rat, and it also shows that Lovejoy is doing all this because Big U ain't fucking with him. Now, all of you guys just heard Lovejoy say that he reached out to Big U through his homeboy, telling him they're more powerful together than anything. So yesterday, when Lovejoy went live, I asked him about that, and of course he lied about it.
Reach out. I never reached out to that dude. I never reached out to that dude. When did I reach out to him? I got his number. He got the same number from years ago, bro. When I reach out to him. You gotta get your facts straight, bro.
Do you see the way he lies? He just like Porky and Lucy, a group of lying ass niggas. So right here, you're looking at Clueless Christie in his younger years, throwing up neighborhood during his time at the police academy. As you can see, Lovejoy has shaved off all of his facial hair, which is consistent with one who joined the police academy.
You know, just going through the academy, you learn to keep a clean cut, you know, so we shave our facials off and stuff like that. And
this is how far back his plans of infiltration goes. We've been advised by a certain someone to leave Lovejoy alone because Lovejoy was good friends with former Los Angeles Sheriff Lee Barker. This is the reason why Lovejoy feels so comfortable taking pictures on police motorcycles. This is why he does videos and takes pictures with police officers. This is why he encourages the youth to join the white man's military against Furious Styles's wishes.
Don't ever go in the army, Trey. Black man ain't got no place in the army.
This is why Thuglis encourages the youth to pursue a career in law enforcement.
Make sure y'all screen record this. This is 600 approved, okay? I recommend all youth to look into military, law enforcement, whatever state you in.
It was Thuglis that was with Crip Mac right before he caught the first pistol case. It was also Thuglis who was with Fo Extra on his hood day, mere moments before the police snatched him up for being a felon in possession of a firearm.
Where we at, man? This your part of town, man. Where we at, man?
Set, nigga. Vernon Avenue Crip, nigga. The 10 day. The block day. Yeah, them.
We outside.
That's for sure we out. That's for sure we out.
Let's get them likes up. May, can you take this?
It was also Thuglis that went online and lied to all of us about Expo signing a deal with him and Cash Money West.
If you get stuck on the melody or if you just feel like you can't get a song started, Output's co-producer is very dope. They make...
Well, I got a check last night. Well, I got a wire, not an actual paper check. Made some money. We got the deal done with Expo, Cash Money West. We got the deal done with Expo, Cash Money West. You know what I'm saying? Look out for Expo. Got a new hot song coming out. Well, it's already out. He pumping up and running right now. Shout out Wack and Birdman. We got it done.
Wack and Birdman got it done. This is all of his cover.
Nasty work, bro.
Yeah, this is all his cover, the Crip Cop.
Shout out Wack and Birdman, we got it done. Shout out.
Let's see what the good people talking about.
Wack
We
and
all the way
Birdman, we got
down
it
here.
done.
2 weeks later.
So now a lot of people asking, did we or did Xposé sign the Cash Money West? No. We didn't make that official yet.
Shortly after Porky and Baby Back began saying Xposé's name, he ended up in jail. We can't forget about the brick incident because this is where Baby Back Barker blew his cover.
Y'all
Baby
remember
Back
this?
pulled up in
Pay
his
attention.
hood, accompanied by Brick Baby. When Love's boys hopped out, he was brandishing his legally registered firearm. When Brick hopped out, he was not showing his, which is why Big Cat didn't mention that when he was speaking to Cowboy about the publicity stunt that Love's boys pulled, jumping out with his gun showing. No one knew or spoke about Brick having a burner, except for the man he was with that day, Officer Love's boys. And it just so happens that 2 days after being with the Crip Cop, Brick's house was raided and he was taken to jail. After that, Love's boys.
That's how they got probable cause to run up in Brick's house, and they found that chopstick. You know what I'm saying? They found the chopstick because the Crip Cop, the police already said that they watched Christopher Lovejoy and get a tour of the 60s every morning because of him. So what do? Knowing that, he mentions that Brick had a blammer. And that gave them the probable cause they needed to run up in this shit. And they find the chopstick. Nasty work.
Boys decided to go on Clubhouse with his man-wife CS2 back and lie on Big Cat saying he was a rat because he went online and said Brick had his blower. Scandalous did a video a while back proving that Big Cat never said that.
He pulled up. We leave. We do whatever we do. So when we leave, Rat Cowboy and Rat Big Cat got on live, and Big Cat told Rat Cowboy on live, 600 Brick Baby pulled up, 600 hopped out with his blower, Brick Baby got his blower. This was on live right when we left the parking lot.
Did you guys just hear 600 lie on Big Cat right there? He just said Cat said that Brick Baby hopped out with his blower. Big Cat never said that. He only mentioned that Love's Boys was pulling publicity stunts, hopping out with his legal registered blower. No one online had ever heard that Brick hopped out with any blower, and Cat certainly didn't say that. Why is Christopher lying on Big Cat now?
I gotta say, that was a publicity stunt. 600 publicity stunt.
Publicity stunt.
Publicity stunt.
Publicity
Gonna jump out with his burner.
The whole shabam. Yeah.
What this nigga say? I know what I heard. Let me rewind this right quick, man. What the hell this nigga say?
Yeah, I gotta say, that was a publicity stunt.
600 publicity stunt.
Publicity stunt.
Publicity stunt.
Publicity
Gonna
stunt.
jump out with his burner.
The whole shabam.
Man, let me play this shit one more time, just in case if y'all think y'all might have heard something wrong. I know what I heard. One more time. Hold on.
Yeah, all the actions. Publicity stunt.
Publicity stunt.
Publicity
Gonna
stunt.
jump out with his burner.
The whole shabam. Yeah, all the actions.
God,
He played it 3 times in a row, so he can't act like he didn't hear exactly what Cat said. Ask yourself this question. Why is Thugless blatantly lying on Cat like this?
Now, them niggas is rats on live saying we pulled up with guns, right?
They never said nothing about y'all pulling up with guns. Big Cat said, you Love's Boys hopped out with your burner. So not only has Love's Boys pulled up on Cat hopping out with his burner, not only has he drew down on him in the donut shop,
Let's get
but
these
he's
lights
also
up.
went on Clubhouse to lie on him, saying he said Brick had a burner and to slander his name by calling him a rat for it. Big Cat isn't the reason Brick's house got raided. Officer Love's Boys is. I really hope that Brick understands this.
Right? That's what they said. The next day, Brick Baby house get raided for the guns. The next day, Brick Baby house get raided for the guns. The next day, Brick Baby house get raided for the guns. Now I got my gun license. So who knows if they ran my name and seen if I got a legal gun or whatever. They ain't raided my house.
So let's get this straight. Brick's house got raided 2 days after being with Love's Boys. Love's Boys just said Big Cat said Brick had a burner, but you guys just heard for yourself that Cat never said that. So according to Love's Boys, Brick had a burner, and so did he. Brick's house got raided and his did not. Brick was with Thugless, and Thugless knew Brick had a burner on him. Nobody else anywhere said anything about Brick having a burner, except for Love's Boys. After being with you, his house gets raided and yours does not. Now Thugless is lying on Big Cat to shift the blame away from himself. He is the only one that we've heard go online to talk about Brick hopping out with a burner. Big Cat said 600 pulled a publicity stunt. He did not say Brick.
Niggas should be pressing Love's Boys about this every time he goes live. Ask him why did he lie on Big Cat. Cat didn't say one word about Brick having a burner. The fact that Love's Boys created a lie like this should show you guys that he's a rat. If you can't see that, then I don't know what to tell y'all. Forget the fact that Love's Boys has sealed files from a federal drug trafficking charge that he pled guilty to. Forget the fact.
So we know he got referral from drug diversion. That was one seal file, but it was the diversion come from just the mere possession of some what you call it. Now he had the trafficking, which is another seal file. He won't review that one. Scandalous is the one that exposed the one that got sealed for the drug diversion. You know what I'm saying? And once, because it's like a misdemeanor, it gets sealed, but not the trafficking. Nigga, why is that sealed?
That he was even allowed to do a drug diversion program as punishment for a federal drug trafficking charge. Forget the fact that Love's Boys forgot to mention he was charged with drug trafficking to begin with. Forget the fact that Love's Boys also forgot to mention that he pled guilty to drug trafficking. Forget the fact that Love's Boys has been lying from the very beginning when he told us he would take the 3-hour drive to Blythe Courthouse and get his case unsealed.
I ain't got no problem with coming to just drive 3 hours to Blythe Courthouse to the arresting office. What the fuck my case is and get the whole thing.
Well, I feel like you ain't got to do
Forget the fact that he still hasn't done that. Forget the fact that he lied and said the expungement program is what sealed his case.
Y'all got to go back about a few months ago and go look at my expungement program.
Forget the fact that he changed that lie just to tell us that the Criminal Records Relief Act was the real reason his case was sealed.
I did find out while it was sealed. So basically in California, it's called a criminal record relief. It's automatically sealed.
Forget the fact that that too was also a lie. Forget the fact that he lied and said his case was sealed in 2023. Forget the fact that he forgot his case was actually sealed in 2012. Forget the fact that it completely skipped his mind that he even did a drug diversion program. Forget all of that, because that might be too much for you guys to remember. Just understand this. Brick was with Thugless and nobody else. Thugless knew that Brick had his thing on him. 2 days after being with Thugless, Brick's house gets raided. It's simple. After Thugless got Brick's house raided, he went on Clubhouse and tried to place the blame on Big Cat. But we all saw that Big Cat was not guilty of the accusations Love's Boys tried to throw at him. If Big Cat never went online and said Brick had a burner, why did Love's Boys go on Clubhouse and tell everybody he did? How about Love's Boys going to the Avalons that day? How is it that out of everybody who showed up out there that day, Love's Boys is the only one to get pulled over? This is what I mean when I said the police activity that follows him wherever he goes. We've already been here for a while, so I'm not going to go into the time Love's Boys was snatched up at the border by the feds. Big U was there to witness that. He spent 2 days looking for Love's Boys because he had the bail bondsman ready to bail him out. Not even the bail bondsman could find Love's Boys. For 2 whole days, Love's Boys fell off the face of the earth. After the 2 days were up, the Crip cop returned to the planet as if nothing happened. This is the reason Big U had to fall back from Love's Boys. And this is why Love's Boys is trying to attack Big U's character. The exact same thing as CS2 back. When Big U read the paperwork Mark Stevens had showing that Wack was CS2 back, he fell back from him. We all see what CS2 back has been doing since then. Just know this, you guys, because this is the most important thing to know out of all of this.
I guess someone was saying that my homie, Brick Baby, did the interview and he explained some details on how he was arrested, raided, or whatever. And I guess he also mentioned that he might have got this whole thing started because of a confidential informant for the LAPD. And they got some information, they got a warrant, they raided him, whatever. So he was also saying that the police showed him or mentioned to him that they saw my videos, Christopher Lovejoy's videos, right? The police showed him or mentioned to him that they saw my videos, Christopher Lovejoy's videos, right? The police showed him or mentioned to him that they saw my videos, Christopher Lovejoy's videos, right?
So Love's Boys just said the police showed Brick his YouTube videos. This means that every video you see Love's Boys put on his channel is him alerting the police. Go to his page and look at how many times you see Big U's name in his videos. Listen to the accusations he makes, but this time when you watch him, watch and understand that every word he's saying it to his police buddies. If you can't see that, this isn't the channel for you. While Baby Back is talking about giving away free promotion on the channel that he stole from Crip Mac, we're putting together a cash giveaway for all channel subscribers. So if you're not subscribed already, please do so and stay tuned for more details.
Never ever sue the driver who crashed into you after a car accident. There's a better way to get compensated that's faster, easier.
So there you go, the Crip Cop, the hip hop Crip Cop. You know what I'm saying? Nasty work, the hip hop Crip Cop. So
600 wiretaps.
Yeah, but before we get up off of them, we can't forget, because we talking about the Exposers as a whole, right?
Right, of course.
And Crackhead Eddie just got exposed. Street Certified News, salute. Crackhead Eddie just got exposed. Rose been ratting, Wack been ratting, the Crip Cop been ratting. Well, even worse, not only has the Crip Cop been ratting, the Crip Cop, there go right there. The hip hop Crip Cop went to try it out to be the police. I don't know no Crips that are police. When we told y'all he was the hip hop Crip Cop, everybody thought it was a joke.
Y'all got to show y'all face and get to work now. Ain't no more.
Black ass cream, salute, fool.
I need a little sloppy as a motherfucker.
They're just not gonna monetize it. Yeah, they issued a statement today. Effective immediately, too. I think it starts this week or next week.
Hey, you know who else like this?
No AI voice, no AI voice, no AI voice, no AI generated, reused content, none of that.
Bros be on live and shit.
Welcome back to Scandalous Los Angeles TV, where we expose the exposers. In today's episode, we're diving into Lieutenant Officer Love's Boys and his application for employment at the LAPD being denied. But honestly, at this point, what more is there to even say? The truth is out there, and it's obvious. These guys are the police. CS2 badges exposed him the other day, and once it hit the air, Love's Boys had no choice but to come clean. So yeah, he's been the Crip Cop the entire time. That's not up for debate anymore. We'll go ahead and play his explanation and break it down. But honestly, the exposers have already been exposed. Oh yeah, did you guys hear Love's Boys singing in the beginning, talking about no more AI voices? The Crip cop really wants me gone, doesn't he? LOL.
Y'all ready for the topic? Let's talk about the LAPD in relation to 600. Or should we say, let's talk about 600 and the relation to LAPD. Now, this should get deep.
This is deep
y'all
for
ready?
real.
Are y'all ready?
This guy smacking his lips while he sucks on meat gives off a homosexual vibration. Something is wrong with a person that sits on Clubhouse or in front of a camera and smacks his food like Lovejoy is sitting here doing. A person that smacks his food in front of a camera like this is probably a narcissist who doesn't care about anybody other than himself.
I'm about to tell you right now. So, you know I stopped gangbanging 2015, right? But I had a case catch up with me in 2017. And ended up doing some time in 2019, right? But I ain't broke no laws, caught no cases, whoop. So, over the last 2 years, I seen the streets ain't really like that, and niggas ain't really like that.
So Lovejoy is explaining why he decided to join the LAPD. And the first thing he said is that for the last couple years he learned that the streets ain't like that.
Right.
So the first reason he decided to be a cop was that the streets ain't like that. So since the streets ain't like that, Lovejoy decided to arrest the streets. What kind of stupid-ass logic is that? This is the kind of excuse he has to come up with, now that Porky slid him under the bus.
And by me having a gun license, and everybody keep clowning me, I'm like, 600 the police, 600 the police. I'm like, I'm gonna make these niggas mad.
I knew he was the police when I first laid eyes on him.
I'm gonna go apply for the LAPD.
Lovejoy said he wasn't trying to become a police officer to protect the community. Instead, he was trying to become a cop just to make black people mad. That's beyond disturbing. It's not just sick. It's the clearest example of internalized racism and self-hate you could ask for.
How did top producers get this kind of vibe without getting sued?
Let's get to it.
So I applied, right? But I had so much going on, I never went back to go take my written test, right?
Undercover man.
So I applied again.
All money, Tim, salute.
They're like, bro, it's a bunch of cardio. It's like military.
He wouldn't let you salute.
Wet mouth eating ass dude.
You notice I lost like 50, 60 pounds over the last year.
So it turns out that while everyone thought Lovejoy was training for a fight, he was actually working out this whole time to prepare for the LAPD fitness exam. These are the Exposers.
Yeah. But I was just doing like dieting, a little bit of boxing, and burpees, right? So I'm like, let me go apply again. So I go apply. I said, whack. I said, I'm about to apply for LAPD. He said, ooh, they're going to be mad as a motherfucker too. He like, whack like nigga. Me and Eddieboy coming to the ceremony of graduation.
So Lovejoy just showed us that Porky let him walk right into his own downfall.
Eddie.
Porky didn't stop him. He didn't say, don't do that. Instead, he said, yeah, go ahead. You're going to make black people mad.
Hell yeah. I hope you get that. So I started turning up my workout. I applied for it, passed the written test easy, one time. I looked up what's on the physical test. I took that, passed that, first try, flying colors. Next step is a background. Mind you, the whole time, I'm not worried about no written test. There's 300 people that are taking it. I'm not worried about no physical tests. It's 300 people taking that. I'm not worried about that. I'm like, bro, I got stuff in my background. But I'm like, I got a gun license. I ain't had no real felonies. I ain't done no real prison time. Mr.
Meat Eater hasn't done any prison time at all, even though he's been caught drug trafficking.
It's crazy. Let's give it a shot. You know I'm a risk taker. You don't get nowhere taking a risk. So,
homo, bro.
I'll pass all that shit.
Disturbing, bro.
I'm like, oh shit. About to be a police, cuz I'm about to terrorize these, right? About to be a police,
I'm
cuz
about to be the police, cuz I'm about to
There he goes
terrorize
again,
these niggas.
talking about becoming a cop so he can terrorize black people. And let's be honest, that's the only reason he wants to be a cop in the first place, to terrorize the very community he came from. We've all heard stories of people who were bullied growing up and then became police just to flip the script and bully others. But you don't usually hear about those people being 6 feet 5 inches, 300 pounds. That's what makes this even more ridiculous. He loves to talk about his days as a big bad crip, but he didn't terrorize anybody back then. It's only now, at 42 years old, that he's decided to become a cop, just so he can go after black people. That right there shows how backwards these so-called exposers really are.
But they just hit me back like a week ago. We went over your background. You've been disqualified from the application process because of this, such, and such. I'm like, ooh, wee. But I wasn't tripping. I think they know I was going to just use the troll. Police officers get all the pussy. I ain't going to lie to you. If it wasn't illegal, I'll dress up like a police and get all the pussy. I'm just being...
So now Loves Boys is saying he wanted to become a cop just to troll. He said, police officers get all the pussy. I guess professional athletes don't get any. Remember, Loves Boys said he was a professional athlete. So apparently he gave that up to become a cop. Because being a cop gets you more pussy. Make it make sense.
So like Hunnet was telling y'all was the truth.
You guys, if Loves Boys wanted us to know this, he would have told us himself. The only reason he's saying it now is because Porky aired him out, and he was forced to come clean. He admitted that what Porky said was true. Out of everything Porky's ever said, lie after lie, the one time he tells the truth, it's about this. Loves Boys being a cop. And the craziest part? Loves Boys is probably gonna run right back to Porky, the same dude who exposed him.
But LAPD, they probably like, Christopher Lovejoy, I know this ain't that 6'0" motherfucker trying to come on here. They like, hell no. But, so over these last 2 years, I would talk to police while I'm out. Like, hey, bro, listen, any pointers on the interview? Like, what's up? Anything I got worried? Like, nah, you cool. I'm like, but listen, though, I'm like, what's up with all this social media stuff? Like, is that going to stop me? I'm like, well, yeah, no. The main thing they be on is gang affiliation. You got any gang stuff on you? So when you fill out your personal report, right, every job you ever had, every school you ever went to, every address you ever lived at, every time you came in police contact since you was 14 and up, that shit took days to jot down every job, every address, every police encounter.
Hold up. If you drive less than 50 miles a day, stop scrolling. Full coverage insurance for drive.
Everything.
Loves Boys said it took him days to fill out that police application. Days to hand over all his personal information. That's how serious he was about becoming a cop.
So I'm like, it's worth a try, you feel me? But they weren't going for that. They're like, so look, when you fill out, like, do you have any gangs tatted on your body, branded on your body? I'm like, yeah, but Not really. Like, what you mean?
Loveboys didn't just fill out an application. He went from that to having a full conversation with someone about his gang tattoos. So clearly it wasn't just paperwork. He was down there discussing details, probably getting vetted. He's not telling us the whole story. That's obvious. So basically, Loveboys went down there to debrief. When a guy like that walks in saying he used to be in a gang and now wants to be a cop, even if he doesn't pass the physical exam, they'll still pull him aside and say, "We've got other work for you." And that's exactly what's been happening. He's been working with them this whole time. All he really wanted was the badge, something official he could flash around. But we all know the truth. He's been with them from the beginning.
I say, I got a double R. When I'm in the hood, it means Rich Rolling. But when I'm playing football, it means Rolls Royce. Over here, I got an SC. In the hood, it means 60 crip. But when I'm outside the hood, it means USC, University of California.
He's down at the LAPD explaining the meaning behind each of his tattoos. Like I said, his whole intention from the beginning was to go down there and debrief. But what's really cold is that after the LAPD turned down his application and denied him employment, he goes online and makes this statement.
It's still 6-0.
Nasty work, man. So this is him and Eddieboy. Eddieboy is his neighbor.
This is
Whack 100. These are the Exposers, bro. Tomorrow, we'll get to Rod ENT and I'll read that paperwork. I'm tired, bro. I've been up since 5. So we're going to end that with this one here. Salute to everybody. Bang that like button if you ain't did it. If y'all can't tell, I'm exhausted, bro. Salute. Damu Kiwe Conversations.